old gods he's slayed. Go 7, go 7, go 7, go 7. Go 7, go 7, go 7, go 7. Go7, king of the game. I believe in you, that's what he'll say. Nice and kind, leading cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Seeing through the fog, old gods he's slayed. Go 7, go 7, go 7, go 7. Go 7, go 7, go 7, go 7. Go7, king of the game. I believe in you, that's what he'll say. Nice and kind, leading cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Seeing through the fog, old gods he's slayed. Go 7, go 7, go 7, go 7. Go 7, go 7, go 7, go 7. Go7, king of the game. I believe in you, that's what he'll say. Nice and kind, leading cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Seeing through the fog, old gods he's slayed. Go 7, go 7, go 7, go 7. Go 7, go 7, go 7, go 7. Go7, king of the game. I believe in you, that's what he'll say. Nice and kind, leading cobalt ice. He's a blue, cute, and deadly little guy. Seeing through the fog, old gods he's slayed. Go 7, go 7, go 7, go 7. Go 7, go 7, go 7, go 7.
Hey, oh, there we go. I was debating on the Discord. I'm advocating for Grit to be put into tier 2 of Fog, and then they're like, he's always in tier 2, and I'm like, yeah, exactly. But it makes the tier list better. We'll see. He's in tier 1, but he's often put into tier 2 for the map specific moments. The backlog must die. Distracted post penguins. Nicely done, nicely done. Let's hop into this. Thrownaway versus Djorca. Another Drake versus Andy. You just had those. You've been gone on a small family vacation, so you've been catching up on the streams. Welcome back. You just watch a few, then go coding? Yeah. That's good. I think these are very good to have just in the background. I should do another search for music. I haven't updated our playlist in a while. Djorca, you can be all dice. Good. So what are people thinking? Andy or Drake will be the winner. You know what? I'll even post a poll. Haven't done one of those in forever. How do we do this? Engage with your audience. Will Drake Bam. I asked my patrons about music, and they all said that I should just make the call myself. Can I move this? No. Okay, well, that'll be there for a while. Well, actually, I should let more people show up. Well, how's that possible? My stream is my little program here is saying I have 4 viewers, but I have 6 votes. I have 150% participation. How does it even work? Can I vote? No. I can press the button, but it won't let me. Close it and we'll see. You told everyone in Discord to get in here? Get in here! A 100% Drake wins? Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. I still think that the matchup is fairly even. What's the general strategy for this map? Is taking the lab in the middle viable? If you take the lab in the middle, it's your show of dominance. It gets you absolutely nothing. Oh no, this is a global league game, so it gets you absolutely nothing to take that lab, other than a little bit of vision, I guess. Big Andy hater. So usually you're just going to see the 2 players rushing towards these comm towers in these corners. And there'll probably be some front shifting to try and equalize or make a breakthrough to the HQ. Yes, Dominance Lab. You joined at the right time. The labs, if you don't know, the labs are here because the map maker, Weege, is Chinese, and in the Chinese community, they play with lab units. The Neotank and Bomber, and Stealth are all lab units. So the lab would serve a purpose. I'm not a huge fan of that system. Mainly because Bomber is one of the main counters to Neotanks. So having that secluded behind the lab is not a great experience. It basically buffs Neotanks, and Neotanks don't really need a buff in Fog. And as we see here, penguins are learning to swim, and this is just because the version of this map that's stored on this replay viewer program is old in comparison to the version of the map that these players are playing on. And in their version, there's shoals connecting here. So we don't actually have a penguin walking on the ocean. Where did the Chinese players play? Well, some of them play on Advanced Wars by Web, but they have their own... I mean, they play on Advanced Wars by Web. Some of them play in the Global League, but most of them play on their own organized kind of system. Kind of like a Discord ladder, but not on Discord. I don't remember the name of their app. The Djorca moving out with some early recons, 1 per front. This will usually mean that you get 1 hit off, because it's kind of hard to defend all the fronts with tanks. Now, and these early recons, they need to hit at least 1 infantry in order to pay themselves off. Like, they need to deny 1 cap for a bit to make up for the fact that you're delaying your own infantry move outs by building the recon. if you want, that's just to be even. If you want to actually make a profit, you have to somehow interrupt multiple ones, and that can be pretty hard to do. So like, this is technically, income-wise, it kind of goes negative if one recon fails, and if only one recon succeeds and the other one fails. But at the same time, you do get information from having the recon, so it's not all about money. Called QQ, if you remember. You don't know any Chinese players? There's quite a few. There's Shy. There's Weege, of course. There's FZK. So this is very unfortunate for this recon. It didn't actually get to interrupt anything. It just got double tapped by these tanks. Recon does get a nice little interrupt though. As you can see, it's really hard to defend every single front with tank protection. So in this case, one recon succeeded, one recon failed. Ooh, and we have anti-copters starting to move out, as well as a bunch of tanks. Now in this matchup, you would usually see Andy tech up first, because you want those units that survive. The heals. Drake goes for the recon first strike. Alright. It does set it up to just die to a tank in a single hit. And you can see it's like everything front shifts over here to try and deal with these units. Now, when Djorca sees this, all these tanks moving in vision of this recon, it should signal time to be aggressive over here. Okay. Getting some multiple interrupts here. It will cost this recon its life. There isn't really enough tanks here right now to really fight it, but sometimes you just go for the harassment. Like this harassment's pretty decent. It will delay the city capture, by a turn, and then this will only heal up to 9, so it'll still take extra turns to go for another city. This one's really good because there's no other infantry close by to go for any of these captures, and it's kind of setting it, kind of being set up to die. That will deny a lot of income. You can kill off like an infantry that's responsible for multiple captures. Is fast taking up a good strategy against Andy? Not usually. It's more Andy's strategy is to tech up fast. I mean, you can tech up fast against Andy, but the other thing that Andy's really good with is artillery, so you can get punished pretty hard. And the reason Andy's really good with artillery is because it's very easy to put those in situations where only one side is available to hit them. So a tank comes up, hits them down to like 3 if they're like on the plains, or like down to 5 if they're on like a missile platform or a city. And that's very ideal for Andy because now your tank is heavily exposed. It hit the artillery for 5+ damage, but didn't kill it. So then Andy can just pop the super, heal up that artillery, and fire away, and your tank's like already exposed to be killed. So you just kind of get free value that way. And that's why picking up against Andy really fast can be dangerous, because Andy will be prepared with artillery, which will make very good trades against your medium tanks. In this case, Djorca is not building any artillery, but it's a common thing to do. Instead, we're going to go more into the copters, which is also a fairly common thing to do as Andy. I don't think the copters are that great against Drake, because what Andy wants is for the copters to get into copter versus copter fights. We are left with low health copters that Andy can heal up and his opponents can't. Against Drake, you're more likely to run into copter versus anti-air fights, and then your copters die. Yeah, Andy's one of those COs where he's really good with a whole bunch of units. I'm not quite sure what's up with these infantry. They should definitely move forward in some direction. Moving into this forest would be nice. Very unfortunate to go for all the fights and then capture the comm tower, but it is what it is. It's a little bit risky to go for this attack, but it should be fine because Andy's only at 3 stars. I mean, it's still probably going to be a negative value trade because this tank could just fall back for like 1 turn and then the super is available next turn and then it gets back up to full and you just kind of cost yourself 3 health on a tank. But this is the Drake versus Andy matchup, so that would prompt Drake to be able to pop a super after Andy's. Get some damage that sticks. How much practice is needed to have good artillery placement? Oh, in live matches? Oh, it takes a lot. Okay. Rest in peace, Copter. We knew you well. If there was a few more tanks over here, I mean, there's still 2. It might be fine. But what you'd like to have happen is your copter can hit a tank, and then their anti-air comes in, kills your copter, and then you kill the anti-air, and then you have a negative or a positive unit count and value trade there. And this is all. I mean, these guys will heal up. It'll probably be fine. I'd prefer if the copter was closer in rather than way up here, though. Killing off that tank could have been good too. Well, I'm getting the injuring them is good. Ooh, charging in with the infantry. Okay, and there goes the anti-air. We have the medium tank backing it up. So Djorca is doing pretty well in the income, but is down this comm tower and now has just lost a copter up here and possibly going to get stuck into a tank fight. Tank. Recons are showing up, which is really good. Oh, interesting. I would have thought that Djorca would kill off this anti-air, but instead just captures right in front of it. Back over here. Oh, it's a 9 health infantry, so get the kill. Unfortunately, Andy is leaving 2 sides open on this comm tower, so it will be killable. This is the kind of situation where you really like to have only 1 side open. So they hit it, they like knock it down to 5. The next turn you pop your super and finish the capture and get your comm tower on your super turn. Okay, here comes the artillery now. Ooh, 1 health infantry strike gets the kill. Tank smack. We're going to get a tank finish off here. See, this is the kind of situation Andy likes. Not losing the tank though. That's a situation that Andy really dislikes. But this kind of attack is what Andy kind of lives for. This is just a negative value for Drake. Well, I mean, you get more charge, I guess. Because Andy can pop the super and then finish the capture, and it's just 3 damage on the infantry. Essentially nothing. Although, that's more in other matchups, specifically against Drake. I really like using that 3 health tank to get the kill there. Drake, it might not be worth it against Drake because then you get hit with a super that you can't heal off, but we'll see. Ooh, this only got hit once, so I think we're going to see the Andy super for sure in order to get that comm tower, and then the battle copters can come in and attack this medium tank. The tank can hit the anti-air, finish off with this other anti-air. I mean, I don't know if they can actually reach all the tiles, but you get the general idea. I think we're for sure going to see... Oh no! Well, that's a big misplay. I think the Andy super here does look really nice. You do have to suck up the fact that you'll be stuck with the damage from the Drake super, but you get really good trades over here. Get both of these captures, but as soon as you step off of this capture, you're suddenly losing a lot of value on the super. Yeah. Giving up the comm tower too. So, yeah. Well, this is part of what's weird about the matchup, right? Is you're kind of in a game of chicken, but you shouldn't hold on to your power. Like, you should be using your power when you see a good opportunity, not using it purely reaction to what your opponent does. Because then your opponent's always going to have the initiative on you. Oh my gosh, the breakthrough is so good. The artillery gets taken down. Comm tower starts being captured. We have the super. It does allow for a breakthrough. Knocks us down to 2. I'm not 100% sold on that being worth it for the super, but it will also be really annoying making the planes slow down these vehicles for Andy. Usually if you're Drake in this matchup, you save your power / super for like the start of your turn, so all of your units can get a whole bunch of really good kills rather than towards the end. Okay, and he's just making a few moves first. We heal up. This anti-air being in the woods is really good. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This. Oh, I can't read. What? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. The tank cannot reach this comm tower to interrupt. So, really well done. The super gives Drake double comm tower against Andy. I would say Drake's got the advantage right now. Andy kind of missed that super turn that would have given multiple captures and kind of won this front. And now Drake's going to have both comm towers, which gives Drake that 20% threshold. So now Andy's units can get picked off all the time. Like so. Does move on. Anti-air gets another kill. I don't know about the anti-air going in here. I guess there is a backup one. Drake could have just backed away. I mean, the fight down here is looking really nice. This medium tank is unanswered for now. Another one pops up. Andy would really like to have a Neo tank to deal with these. You have the artillery, they're just not quite in the right position though. Okay, the copter gets the kill. Yeah, I think Drake would have been better off just backing off on that turn. But it's not like the trade was really that bad. Anti-air gets another copter kill. The 1 health infantry. This guy really shouldn't start this capture. Should instead start marching down here to be a nice blocker or to like stand on this mountain. Use the vision. There gets back down to 2. I don't think Drake should really continue fighting into this. Whoa. As the only anti-air on this front and it kind of charges forward. I understand that Drake is going for the HQ cap. Okay, this is an awful tsunami? What? So as I was saying, you want to use the Drake power at the start of the turn so you can get a whole bunch of kills. Using the power here just does a damage, and then all of the Andy units will heal up from the Andy normal power. It does hit the fuel of the units, I guess. I would definitely have used the power in order to make sure I get that kill. And he's not going to use the power? What? And he's saving it for the super, huh? Well, I'm not a huge fan of that. Because now these guys are pretty exposed and they're injured. And also, kind of have that the medium tank hit the HQ. What you don't want to have happen is that you have no access to any of these sides. Although there are a lot of tanks here to attack, so it's probably fine. It is true that the Andy Super will give a nice movement boost. What was that? Why would you go there? You can go here, drop here. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. This can be broken. Copter. Andy's not too sad about these copters dying because they're so low on fuel. They would crash otherwise. Okay, so I guess we're going to go for the Andy Super here. Andy's really low in the unit count. Not too bad in unit value. It's just like completely out of infantry, basically. Down to 3 versus 14. Yeah. Nope. Drake does have a lot of stuff exposed because we were going for this HQ. Tank. Copter down to 6 fuel. The anti-air is down to 0. It just barely makes it onto that city. Okay. Kill that off and then kill off the infantry on HQ. Drake will get this city, which is pretty nice, but yeah, a lot of free hits for Andy. I would probably invest in an APC against Drake. This was a really bad join cap up here by Drake. You should just step off with the 1 health infantry so you can then start capping at 8 instead of capping to 18 and then joining the 9. Although I guess it still captures in the same number of turns, which is kind of cute. I don't think I would resign. I would maybe resign if Drake had backed off rather than kind of staying a little overextended. But the overextension definitely gives you some chance. Man. Drake's really trying to insist on this HQ cap. Now, this is really not what you want to do. Oh, the city didn't even get captured. Yeah, you really don't want to do this because look at how exposed your units have to be in order to like attempt this HQ cap. Andy could kind of get away with it better because you can always heal up. Like 5, knocking this down to 5 wouldn't be enough against Andy. But against Drake, that's totally fine. So many units are dying in this attempt. So here Andy should really build like infantry, APC, transport copter, that kind of thing, because there's no infantry over here and there's a lot of cities that Andy's about to like regain control over. And while you can walk there with an infantry, it's way longer than having a transport. And an APC would make the most sense, of course, because you can no problems anyway. Okay, anti-air gets taken out. Kill off the 5 health infantry. Move for this cap. We have the Typhoon. Again, this is a Typhoon at the end of the turn. You need to do Typhoons at the start. And well, if you're going to do them, you don't even have to do them at all. But if you're going to do them, you should do them when they give you kills against Andy. Like this, I don't think gave a single kill, and all of this damage can get healed off with just an Andy normal power, which we should see. Excuse me? What are you doing? Well, it would have helped a lot with this attack. I guess it didn't super matter down here, so just saving up for the super again. I would definitely use the Andy normal power. I probably would have freed up units to stop that capture. Okay. Break. We'll move forward here. It looks like we're gonna give up on the HQ captures at this point. You can see just how many, like the entire unit kind of advantage went away due to being so overextended. Neo-tanks, where indeed. There we go. We had an APC. That's weird. A 1 health tank is the kind of thing that you can put on a city as Andy. Is this out of fuel? Oh, this 3 health medium tank is out of fuel. It can't move. This tank's down to 3 fuel. Weird attack. All these units that can just kill this tank. Wow, that's very gutsy. Okay. So remember, I think I was talking about yesterday about why you don't just go medium tank infantry as Sami, and this is exactly why. Like, look what happens to medium tanks when they don't have the supporting vehicles. It's like, oh, I killed a tank. Yeah, but you're in artillery range, and there's a copter coming to kill you, and there's lots of tanks to kill you. This medium tank has no targets. It's like, oh, I spotted this artillery. I'll go get it. You get trapped. That's the life of going for a medium tank heavy unit composition when you don't have the support vehicles. They really have to be. Heavy vehicles in fog need a lot of babysitting. Otherwise, that kind of stuff happens. Okay, going for the super. This is a very valuable super. It's like a 50,000 heal. Bloop. Usually the heals are like for 20,000 or so. But I guess when you're fighting global damage, that's going to happen. I'd kind of like at least 1 recon per side, but 2 is good. You can go even more though. The nice thing about having spare recons is you can just, they're super cheap, so you can just hurl them forward and be like, I wonder where the giant army is. I don't care if this dies. Go tell me. And that can win you games. Or maybe if it doesn't win you the game, it stops you from losing the game. Because you don't blunder into their army. Right. Copter. So as you see, Drake over here Drake started to kind of build up a little, but you really don't want to have your reinforcements streaming right into an established position. Okay, this is a decent. This is one of the better tsunamis, I should say, because Andy just used the super, so this damage will stick. At least for a while. Moving this medium tank down here, of course, not great. Just kind of die. If you don't know, APCs, they can move and refuel, and also they will automatically refuel at the start of the turn. You can get multiple uses out of it. This medium tank gotta get out of here. This 5 health tank gonna kill this off. Kill off the anti-air. I guess that's in artillery range. Get chill. I would probably go heal this up. Okay, charging forward. They have no fear. 1 1 health medium tank by artillery we knew you well. And charging towards the HQ again. Very big overextension. You really don't want to just move into these, like sending these units into these established positions like this. This is another medium tank that's out of fuel. It's in such a good position to kill off anti-airs, but they can't move. The APC will have to come save it. Yeah, this is why you don't want to. You really need to know what you're attacking into, because it can be very painful. When you walk into artillery range, you don't know what you're doing. Okay, we really need to get more infantry to the front lines, because Andy's kind of winning all these fights, but isn't able to make up this 10k income difference because there's nothing to capture with. Welcome back, Fluff. So something that every Sami player ever is going to know is that income differences do not win you a game unless there's been downtime to let that unit build up happen. If you're constantly fighting on the front lines and then you suddenly get like a 10k income lead, for instance, if you use your Sami super, but because you have to like overextend to get that lead, you have to lose more than 10k in value every turn, your income is not going to be winning you that game. It's going to be like slowing down your death as you slowly get some better reinforcements, but you're going to lose so many units. And no matter how much income you have, you're always bottlenecked by your production facilities. So you will just be unable to make up the unit count. So in order for Drake here to really make use of this 10k income lead, gotta back off. You can't keep having like negative value trades. And Drake would be really safe backing off because there was just so few infantry for Andy for so long. Yeah, every Sami player knows the feeling of like pops the super, charges forward with a bunch of infantry, is like 20k up in income, and then just loses the game because the standing armies can't fight. Or the Sami standing army cannot fight the standing army of the opponent. Andy is super chill. I know. Look at the rocket. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Andy gets a hidden value because even though Drake's making so much more money, Drake is losing so much more on the battlefield here that it doesn't matter if Drake makes 10k more if he's losing 20k more in the actual fights. Now this Neo tank has shown up, and it does have recon support. Again, you really don't want to use these supers after moving everything. Okay, in this case it did get a medium tank kill, and that is pretty good. It's probably not worth it, but that's pretty good. Go straight to the hyper upgrade. How much are we going to heal here? 50k was pretty good. That was just a 40k, you know. A measly 40k heal. Medium tank's being taken out. Something should really kill this 1 health tank. Because this 1 health tank, I mean, you don't... Andy doesn't see this recon. This 1 health tank is the only thing that Andy sees that's providing any vision for these 3 heavy vehicles. So it's a lot scarier than just a 1 health tank. It's providing hits for these guys. But it should be okay. Andy is still looking really good. Copter spots. Strikes. Oh no, this T-copter's down to 13 fuel. Drake's T-copter's gonna run out of fuel. That's a weird move by Drake. I mean, killing the recon is nice. Taking an artillery shot to kill the recon isn't quite so nice. Here for Drake, you definitely send this recon in first because you need to see what's behind these tanks. That's the... Look at, yeah, you just reverse the order here. I mean, I've done the same mistake, but you reverse the order. The recon comes in and goes, oh, there's a rocket here. There's an artillery here. There's triple copter here. I think the heavy vehicles should go this way. This is gonna hurt. Pop, pop. Everything's down to 4. Everything's getting knocked down to 4, okay. Down to 2. Takes 11, 1. Up down to 2. Fine. This is more of a the way you would fight this in standard than in fog. In Fog of War, you usually prioritize killing off units because it's so much easier to get away and repair in Fog of War. You got bigger maps and you have the defensive advantage that vision provides you. So you usually prioritizing killing off units and winning in unit count so that it's like impossible for your opponent to get vision and attack you. As we kind of saw what happens with these units, they just blunder into death. In standard, this is more the thing you do. You just weaken all the units because you don't have to deal with vision. By artillery, it is guarded by another. Smacks it, all right. Very bold copter here. Okay, income lead has gone down to 6k. Very glad that Drake didn't pop the normal power at the end of the turn there. Recon strike. I would probably do something to try and stop this capture. I don't know if a medium tank one-shots a transport copter. I would assume not quite, especially with no comp tower. Very good for Andy to back up. I'd probably back up farther than just that, though. And sending some more indirects over here is good. Okay, very good. Drake checks with recon first. See what you're up against, and then decide to go in. Okay, copter gets taken out. Neo tank goes for repairs. Love to see it. So it looks like Drake is actually going to get this city. This recon needs to get out of here. It's going down. Again, we kind of retreat a little bit farther than this. Just a single step back isn't quite enough in my book. Okay. We have some more copters. We have a very nice unit count advantage for Andy at this point. Back to an 8k income lead for Drake. Ooh, the recon does get taken out. Okay, we have the Typhoon before most of the stuff attacks. So this might result in some kills. If this doesn't result, we got 1 infantry kill so far. In attacks that matter. But I think that matters for the tank kill. Some infantry kills. That probably matters. I don't know if that's really worth using it though. Stopping the city capture is pretty nice, but stuff is kind of exposed. That was definitely a better use of the Drake super. You want to use it so that you get kills against it. And here goes the hyper breed. Only like 30,000. Only. Okay, heavy tanks get beat up. Artillery was just a little out of position last turn. Yeah, I assume the rocket's gonna kill the Neo tank. It's thinking about it. No. It's not even gonna kill the recon. Okay, rocket's gonna move. That's a bad spot for a rocket. The reason that's the bad spot for a rocket is they have a minimum range. So right now it's being walled for by an artillery, and the rocket does not defend this artillery. So you could have a very tragic fate. You had a sneaky infantry. It could almost just have snuck up and taken the HQ. Anti-targets the copter. There goes that medium tank. It's not really worth it. It's just gonna be kind of 2 medium tanks in the copter for a medium tank, but it was still nicely executed. It got the kill. Okay, lots of anti-airs, which makes sense. There was a lot of copters coming out. Handy. Goes this copter. Medium things get taken out. Anti-air gets taken out. And it spots. Copter comes in. Tank comes in. Anti-air is down. This is looking pretty good as an attack for Andy. This artillery can fire, but it doesn't have great support right now. So I don't know if it wants to fire. Tank. I'd probably get 1 more APC. Although this has been doing really good work. The artillery did fire. So now Andy should know that there's an artillery in those woods. Oh, we have a break through the hit. The artillery. It's a very sad medium tank, though. It is in range of this rocket. This rocket's been getting some pretty good value. Bunch of tanks in the copter from Drake. I would say you can invest in Drake bombers if you'd like. They're still pretty darn good. I'm not a huge fan of Drake's stealths, but they can also kind of work. Yeah, the fight's been going on. Drake's been really high up in income, but has been losing so much in these overextended fights. Dives on in here. So again, if you are... if you're up in income, this is kind of a fine trade to go for, because you're going to lose an 8,000 unit for a 9,000 unit. But if you're down in unit count, this is not a good trade to go for, because airport units are kind of like +1s in the unit count, while base units are like your core unit count numbers. So you don't really want to trade a base unit for a +1. So like an extra unit that someone pumped out. You'll go negative unless you're also constantly producing from your airport. Oh, thrown away. And the reason why the battlecopters are like +1s is because it's very expensive to always produce from your airport. So it's commonly something that you skip over, like so. Hawke gets another kill. Down goes the anti-air. You can also look at it in the tempo wise, where it's like, in order for Andy to reset the scenario of having a copter here, it takes 2 turns. In order for Drake to reset the scenario of having an anti-air here, it takes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It takes 5 turns. Like, it's not a good trade. Tempo wise, it's really bad. Unit count wise, it's really bad. And value wise, you're only going up by 1k. Drake has now stopped just trailing units in, which is good. Andy's now closed the income gap a tiny bit. Although it looks like this city's going to get swapped. We're going with the major just death ball approach here. Have an Andy fighter, okay. So I wouldn't do this as Drake, where like the army's way over here. I know my opponent's army is right here, and then I send an infantry to like prompt an attack and to lose it, when I only have 5 infantry, 2 of which are at my bases. You need those guys with your army to be blockers and to go for captures you're actually covering. Okay. Don't usually like to have anti-airs on the front lines, but it's probably okay when you have a fighter. Oh, we have a bomber from Andy. Recon comes in. So far this infantry is traded out for 2 recons, which is definitely a pretty good trade. Unit count and value-wise, for sure. These cities are being captured. This city's being captured. Drake can interrupt this one. Pursuing that recon attack there. Another recon comes forward. Okay. Tank comes forward to here for some reason. I guess knew it would be within the minimum range of this rocket. Okay, so the bad thing is happening here for Drake. We've been trading in these recons to delay these city caps. There were quite a few recons that were great for Drake for like having vision for these heavy vehicles. And we're definitely running out. And suddenly there's going to be no way to guide this stuff in. It'll be very awkward. We're at 45 units to 29. K42. What's up with the backlog? I've been running through it. Okay, we have a typhoon. This is like the perfect time to use a typhoon. Assuming that like your stuff can actually attack. Kills off the recon. Kills off that infantry. Kills this recon, can kill it off. That kill, get that kill. That guy off, we can come in here. Can get that kill, but the Neo tank can kill off his anti-air. I don't think it's quite enough damage, but that is exactly when you'd want to use a Typhoon. It's when it gives you those kills. Unfortunately, a lot of this stuff is really exposed to the interacts on this side. Heal up and then bam, bam. My Neo tank, by medium tank, by anti-air, by tanks. Yeah. Still some anti-airs here to go after these copters. I think the bomber's pretty safe though. Ooh. Andy's finally going to get the comm tower? The dream? The anti-airs come in, they kill off the copters. The Drake army's kind of drying up here. Oh. Does recon do a damage? I was at 3, it healed up. Oh, it did delayed the comm tower. Oh. We're fighting in here. I would have cleared the way to hit the bomber, but sadly there's no way to do it now. You can see how hard it is to make up these unit count advantages. Even at the end of Drake's turn there, Andy was still ahead, and then Andy gets to attack in the middle of a brawl and get a whole bunch of nice hits. Bomber's down. The APC's still alive, so it's okay. The fighter there. You can see value-wise, unit count-wise, Andy's coming out very much ahead in these fights, and then Drake just resigns. The comm tower was going to fall finally. And yeah. That's what can happen. The dream is alive. Andy wins in 40 turns. So Drake got a massive early lead, got both comm towers, went up 10k in income, and what happened is Drake just kept fighting and just ant trailed the reinforcements into like a standing army. And if you're losing more than your income advantage every turn, you're not getting anything out of it. Drake's name checks out. GG. Hole in the game here. It's on this one. I just snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. Exactly. Both Fluffy and Poland. Oh, this game? I'm glad you liked the collab with Humida. Fun. This feels old now. Yeah, it was a submission that was lost to time, but it was found. Okay. For some reason, Poland is not playing Yellow Comet. Just wants to make my life a tiny bit difficult. Poland versus Fluffy, the ultimate blood feud. Go. Kindle versus Drake is usually favored to Drake in my experience. Kindle has like a way better early game, but as soon as those supers start flying, Drake kind of quickly overtakes Kindle. Unless Kindle can, get a really nice advantage early on due to just having like not a bad day-to-day. In fact, a really good day-to-day. Always hard to play Poland when he's Kindle. He just stalls so hard. Well, that's perfect for Drake, right? Arty party map. There's definitely some good artillery spots. And Fluffy goes straight for the artillery. Poland's going straight for the tank. Looks like Poland rushed these cities. Fluffy was a little bit delayed here, and now Poland has actually managed to interrupt them. It's actually a really nice impact too, because Fluffy's going to already be ending a turn behind in income. What on earth is this? I don't understand Fluffy's move here. Wait. So I can see like you're wanting to start a fight over this city, but then this infantry doesn't back it up. You leave your other penguin high and dry. You need to remember Fluffy's S-rank live player. It's the one base side you gotta pressure. I'm okay with this. I'm not okay with this move. Because I don't see the advantage to being here over here. Whatever. It's a live game. You do what you want. Like if you're here, you can hit here. Which would be absolutely amazing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess Poland's going to build a tank here. Poland's not going to build a tank here. Look, if you had an oh my gosh. If you had the infantry here, you'd actually get this city. That's unreal. Although Poland just wouldn't attack from this spot. In which case, you just get the kill. Okay. We got infantry and the artillery looking good over here. Unfortunate sacrifice in order to try and maintain control over these cities. Poland's doing a very nice job of putting pressure on the two base side here. Looks like Fluffy managed to get this city. Poland didn't. We have the artillery lock to make sure that Poland doesn't take it back quite so, or just take it so easily. Okay. Okay. I don't quite understand what these tanks are doing. I think they're just doing, this is a live game and I want to move them somewhere. I mean, they're kind of setting themselves up to get hit by a tank, blocked by an infantry, and then covered by an artillery. They're moving to the middle, yeah. I mean, Fluffy kind of did it. Didn't want to hit the tank. Okay, we can go for the kill. Cover with an artillery and an anti-air. That's our artillery over here. That's going to be pretty useful. But Poland's also going to have... Ooh, Poland's like, whatever, man. Take your shot. I'm gonna overload your artillery. I like it. That wouldn't have been possible if the artillery, was moved over here, essentially. But then it's not covering the city. I get it. I get you. So Fluffy can't really stay and fight in this situation, because this is a Kindle artillery on a city looking at Drake artillery. Life will not go well. The fight over here is going much better for Fluffy. It does stay. Life will not go well. I know you brought both in, but this guy gets to come in too. I mean, killing off that tank is important. I mean, okay. I'm prepared to be wrong, Fluffy. I feel like you can't stay there. Well, you lived. I thought for sure you would die. Wow. Wow, it just works out. I mean, it's not really working out. It's still look very painful, but these units did live. Okay. I don't really like Fluffy, or not Fluffy, Poland throwing all of the infantry into the meat grinder here. HQ looks so vulnerable right now. Okay, infantry be dying. Down goes the copter. Tank gets hit. I'm not quite sure why. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not quite sure why Fluffy left this city open. I guess the urban blight. It doesn't care about the 2 health artillery. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. I suppose with the urban blight, it's hard to take the HQ against Kindle. So this is what I was talking about, why you can't stay there. Because now the artillery are just locking the space down. Okay, we have the urban blight. I assume this is going to shoot the mech. It can either shoot the mech or it can just move to not be hit by the mech. By artillery. Knew you well. Poland is going for this capture rather than finishing off the artillery. The aggressive move. So, it definitely looks like Poland has some eyes on this HQ right now. There's a few artillery backing up the incoming infantry. But similar to the Kindle normal power, we do have the Drake Super. To stop caps. It's just tragic to see. Rest in peace, tank. We knew you well. The Drake Super isn't quite here, but Poland is so far behind in units. I know it's the middle of a brawl, but I would have expected the unit count to be looking so much better after the Kindle power. I mean, a lot of these are very interesting. Another urban blight. Does interrupt a lot of captures. Do some decent damage. They're on the city. This lone base is looking really unhappy. Fluffy does get to pop the super here. Equalize the unit value for sure. That city. Poland has been up in income by quite a bit. In fact, this artillery is covered by a... Oh, it was covered by a tank, but of course it's raining. So the plane slows down the tanks. That was just a free artillery. And then we have the rocket from Fluffy. Okay. There's a really annoying move from Poland with this infantry just walks here. The win game button. Yeah, it's good. There it is. Arguably, you go after the infantry rather than hitting the rocket, but I guess we need to drain some economy. Maybe you don't want to hit that because you don't want to be easy to be cleared out. I like how there wasn't like a switch with the artillery to get someone to capture this. Okay, Fluffy has now equalized the money situation. It's getting mighty feisty towards that HQ. This is like a max health one. The rocket, I assume, wants to make its way over here so it can lock the HQ from, a safe distance. Oh man, Oh, this is a great art. I didn't even notice this artillery placement's so good. It's covering the only tile that you could attack this infantry from. That is absolutely beautiful. I feel like a bomber's needed here more than a copter. He comes in for the smack. Hawke's sadly not covering that. You start getting picked off over here. There's still more incoming though. Looking a little dangerous. Okay, chilling on the city. We got a 5 health tank guarding this rocket. Just backs off over here. Tank, the copter. I think I would prefer a bomber. HQ's looking a little bit dicey. This one's also looking a little bit dicey. Fluffy should probably start planning how to sacrifice these copters for an emergency power. Tank breaks through to the rocket. This is where that rocket minimum range makes you really sad. I just realized on the previous turn, this rocket could have killed this infantry. And then this infantry could have killed this infantry. And then this base would have been freed. That would have been probably better. But maybe you don't really need it freed. I guess the rocket covering the HQ is more important. Okay, we have the threat of the HQ cap starting next turn. So Fluffy this turn needs to put copters. Well, doesn't need to, but should probably have copters. This is where the threat of sacrificing copters into anti-airs becomes real, and you can have your copters chase down your opponent's anti-airs. Pop. Pop. Okay, we're getting mighty close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's very nice that this one can make it to here. Medium tank gets built. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I feel like a neo tank is better in almost every way. Okay, we have HQ cap start over here with a 7 health infantry. Sets it up for 3-turn cap. The tank force is encircled. It's true. Urban Blight. Copter just kills the tank. Ooh, nice little breakthrough. That's actually super good. Because Fluffy was threatening that join cap to get that city. Or the HQ. Poland is able to break through. Stop it. Just barely. I don't know if there was a way Fluffy could have done that better. The tank force was encircled successfully and wiped out. So well done, Fluffy. And well done, Poland, for saving the HQ. Last infantry on this front. Poland gets taken out. No Fear tank moves on to the city. It's true there's no comm towers on this map. So tanks on cities are pretty hard to take down. Poland charges in here. Just on hitting the anti-air. A lot of tanks over here. After it goes on the HQ. I don't know. I really don't like this attack by Poland. I don't know what's going on there. The reason I don't like it is because it's enabling reinforcing units to attack, and it's giving charge to Drake. While there's still like a lot of units vulnerable to a super. Bop. Bop. In comes this 2-hill tank. Smack the copter. I think if you use the super first, I don't know if you could get the super first without that. But the super first there would have probably killed that. Tank there, kill off. I guess copy that. Over here. He still has this city. In fact, they have a nice even trade of these kind of cities. Goes the artillery. The rocket has moved up. This is looking very good for Fluffy. There's nothing that can deal with this medium tank currently. Copter hits copter. Like a fair trade. Hit the tank. Do get the kill there, which is nice. That's not a great trade. Very aggressive. I mean, it looks like Poland is just kind of dying. All of, like, these units are so easy to pick off. We will have a Kindle normal power ready though. Therefore gets locked down here. Oh, okay, never mind. Fluffy isn't going for the kills over here. I'm surprised Fluffy's running away. Okay. Well, that's really good for Poland. That's really good for Poland because now all of these attacks were like essentially unpunished. I guess Fluffy was too scared of the Kindle normal power. I wouldn't have been too worried because I'm looking at the reinforcements to this fight for Poland and they're kind of garbage. I'd be willing to stick it out. This is more of something you do before getting hit by the super, but you can still go for these joins for sure. It's a Neo tank for Poland. Interesting. The artillery is not covering the base. This anti-air can go in for a smack if it wants to. There goes that tank. That tank. Strike. Do the capture, build an anti-air. You can hit over here. Now that base is locked by an artillery. Ugh. Does not feel good. My gosh, we have huge value lead here from Fluffy. We do get to hit this medium tank with the Urban Blight, which is something. It's artillery a little bit. The Neo tank is incoming. The rocket. Ooh, the rocket took 4. Poor rocket. See, this wouldn't have happened if Fluffy stuck around in that fight a little longer. Hello? Poland's like, I'll take the HQ if you don't mind. I mean, at this point, Poland's all in because this base is super dead. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know why this anti-air is not killing off this copter. This copter can just kill this copter. It's fine. All of this stuff needs to charge the HQ now. On the double? On the double? So once you're winning the game, you don't go for HQ races. You go for HQ races when you're losing. Okay, now here comes the bomber. Infantry. This is an undamaged infantry that's in range of the HQ? I really don't like that turn. Did this copter even move? Did Fluffy run out of time? Did the medium tank not move? By rocket? Hello HQ cap, very scary. Uh-oh. Whoa. Nothing defending the HQ now, except for the Urban Blight. I have no idea how Fluffy saves this. Obviously, a normal power has to be used. In comes the bomber for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't matter though. It's double block. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, the fighter doesn't even reach? I think that's just GG. Oh. I see. So the pipe runner, the fighter doesn't reach. A pipe runner does reach to clear the copter blocker for the bomber to reach this tile. I don't think that, I mean, that works in theory if Poland does nothing, except I don't think the bomber does enough damage to stop this capture. The tanks can also block the bomber. I mean, that is a good, that's definitely a good buy. Urban Blight. Ooh, it's even gonna survive? Unfortunately, it's not gonna do enough damage. Bomber won't. Ooh, what was a copter strike? I don't see any way the bomber can... Okay. GG. Well, that was quite the ending. I think even if Fluffy had just moved that copter and done anything with it, that would have been a victory for Fluffy. But you know what? That's live games for you. He had it. He threw and you didn't kill the infantry. Yeah. You know, sometimes the pressure gets to you. But you know, congratulations on the pipe runner. Getting clearing the way. Well done there. It's definitely a big brain play. We have Palmer versus Arzerial. Spring in general. We've seen this map quite a few times now. You were so resigned to your fate. Never give up. Never surrender. right. Okay. Here we go. We'll see what opening these guys go for. We've seen quite a few of the break the pipe seam opening to go kill that lone base, and it is pretty successful. We can also, of course, go for the LVJD lock and from this one to stop this city capture. You sadly can't do it from here to stop the airport capture. They just get there faster than you do. Unless you're grit with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then range 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you're grit on this map, which will never happen because it's a standard map, but if you are grit, then you can do an LVJD lock to stop this airport from being captured, and that would be really good. It's live, you get passes. It's true. Oh, okay. Palmer's going for a tank first over here. Oh, they're both going for a tank first play. Okay. Moving out towards the middle. But he's also threatening. No LVJD locks. We do have recon go for Palmer on this side. This capture got interrupted. This one didn't. So an advantage to Arzerial. It doesn't reach here, of course. Yeah, Arzerial is now going to be up this capture, but it's kind of like for how long. It's a tough one to hold. But there's no tank covering this, so yeah, this one just gets to come in here and interrupt again. Very nice. Another tank gets built. Recon Copter over here. Also Koal versus Adder, which is always a fun little matchup. So, if both players only use the superpower, Koal is just strictly better. But if the players end up using the normal power, then Adder is way better. And the reason is just the distribution of the charge. Is not only does it cost less to use the normal power as Adder than it does for Koal, but because there's a larger super bar than the normal bar, you can store up multiple turns of normal powers as Adder, and you can't do that as Koal. But of course, if you both use the super, it takes 5 bars. Neither of them have built an artillery, I know. I think the kill Tower was denied. Really not that many roads. I know there's like a decent portion of the community that thinks the center matters a lot, and if that's your game plan, then I would understand Koal being nice. I personally don't think that the center matters very much at all, but that's okay. Just because it's such a direct path to kill this lone base. Tank moves back onto comm tower. We have this tank. This is where you'd really like to have an artillery breaking this pipe seam, so your reinforcements reach your way faster. Fight in the south. Pretty even. It's just a huge infantry brawl. Comm tower not being captured is pretty good for Palmer at this point. This is horrible attacks. Also a horrible attack. What? Okay, I think I know what happened here. So I think what... One, this anti really shouldn't have moved if it's just... But, I think what happened is that Adder thinks that if you lose a lab, you lose the game. So, had to go for a whole bunch of really poor attacks to get the charge to allow this single infantry strike to lay the lab cap. That's not how this works. You have to lose all of your labs to lose the game. It's not like the HQs. So that's why Adder had to go for some very unfortunate attacks, which is going to hurt a lot this turn. Because Koal will get like a strike here, strike over here, just kill off a whole bunch of tanks. So, well, I guess didn't kill any other tanks. But really good trades on them. It's sometimes hard to find your second lab, it's true. So blame Go7 is what you're hearing. What? I explained the lab versus HQ difference quite a bit. You can't blame me for that. So lab gets saved. Their comm tower is probably gonna get captured. Even after that attack, though, Adder is up 3k in income. That's pretty good. Although he's going to lose this city. Which is always good. Anti-air gets to fall in here. Got the Koal normal power. Copter hit a tank. Oh, I see. It was an attempt to break through over here. I don't think you really want to break through over there. You just go into reinforcement range. So usually Koal is more of the super CO here. Yeah, 6-6 trade. It's not so bad for Koal. We have a side slip. Doesn't let this reach the copter. Interrupt over here. There's no tanks around. Kill off there. Smackety smackety. Going for the comm tower. Seems like a throwaway of this infantry. I do not recommend. Join cap that city. Or that tank. That tank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will allow a tank for a strike, but you kill a tank for it, so it's probably fine. Definitely looking very brutal down here. We do need units actually in range to stop this city capture, though, so I think this guy has to go here. I mean, it's not a move you like to do, but you can't allow infantry here, tank here. Gets the recon hit. The weird move, just have to tank hit that first. Oh, what? Okay. Just didn't want to allow this tank first strike. That would be easy to cover and gives you the entire city. Right though, go in, interrupt this capture for Bomber's starting to move in on this base. Back this up too. 5 health infantry sacrifices itself for the greater good. Artillery moves out. This is going to be pretty tough to interrupt. Copter sacrifices itself for the greater good. Down here, artillery moves out. Get the infantry, go for some repairs. That's all pretty standard stuff. This guy should really back up. Ooh, looks like we had a join cap over here. There just gets that kill off the copter, block with the tank. Looking nice. A transport copter is moving out over here. Tank interrupts the capture. Back up over here. Okay. Doesn't look like this can be stopped. It has to be knocked down to 1. Oh no, the anti-air can hit it. We have another Koal normal power. Okay. I guess that works too. He finishes it off. Get the hit from the road. Kill off infantry. Tank smack. And another one. This is looking pretty decent. We're gonna have to block. That city. Palmer's now up 3k. Hit the anti-air. Get a tank strike. Try and cut off this tank. Artillery. Another reason to break this pipe seam. Artillery is now able to lock the base from across the pipe seam and mountains. How did the yellow tank hit the border? Okay. Normal power from Adder. I'm gonna try and save this base from being locked. I assume. Definitely a little painful. Being captured. I would have thought this tank would be coming down here. I guess Adder's just very confident. Ooh. Transport copter blocking off the tank reinforcement. That almost works. I mean, it's really cute. Just this tank can kill. Oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, anti-air can't reach. Right? Okay. It won't be cold power. Hit the mech. It survives at 1. Blue's going to be very happy over there. Medium tank. Not going to have power from the anti-air. This worked out very nicely with this transport copter. The lab is being captured again. We'll see if Adder panics or if we've learned the truth. Here's that tank off. I would have thought we'd have artillery and tank strike here. Okay. Looks like we're going to back out of this corner. It has been a bit of a bloodbath, and there's now this medium tank. More mechs. Currently, Koal's really far ahead, up 3k in income, up 14 units, only 5 of which are actually infantry. Okay, but some very nice pickoffs over here by Arzerial. There was nothing covering those guys. Oh, never mind, this mech's covering. Never mind, it's not quite so nice. Oh, the artillery is now established, staring at that base. So, usually you'd build a mech in this case, not a tank, because the mech can block over. Transport copter goes down. Get this city. Another Koal normal power. Capture. 1, 2, 3. I guess that can only hit that infantry. Yeah, I would usually, as Koal, save up for the super unless there's some like really good normal power shenanigans. I don't quite see really good ones here. I also probably wouldn't recommend triple joining here. You just like slash your own unit count by a lot. Although an 8 health tank will actually be able to survive a hit. It's on the shoal next to the harbor. Oh, way over here. And then Adder just resigns. I mean, I think that's pretty fair. Way down in unit count and value. The lab got captured. Oh, that might have been what happened. Is the lab got captured. Adder's like, oh, that's not GG when that's lost. I didn't have to go for that horrible attack at the start. But also down at all these metrics. So GG, very, very important to remember that you don't lose if you lose a lab. You have to lose all of your labs to lose the game. And then I think this is the first time I've seen an artillery lock this base. Mainly because this pipe seam gets broken and then you can't quite do that. Because they can just build heavy vehicles. Or he thought it was a bug and decided to resign because of good manners. Oh, that's possible. Swenphoenix versus Schmooven on Sahara. This is a Habit's favorite. In that case, blame Go7. I'm just a pain. Wait, move. Alright, Schmooven. You are Sami versus Max. I would think that Sami's pretty good. Oh, I shouldn't have. Hold on. No moonwalking. I would imagine Sami's pretty good in this matchup, just because these sides tends to be just like foot soldier plus artillery, which is what Max doesn't want to have to fight, and Sami loves fighting with that composition. But if Max is able to get the fight drawn into the middle with all these shoals, then I imagine the direct vehicles are just way too strong for Sami to deal with. We'll see. Sami's going to go for the faster airport opening, and Max is going to go for the faster capture chain over here, which might be good, but is also really dangerous against Sami, because this could be a case of you like invest your early economy over here, and then Sami just takes it from you, and then you're really sad. Double infantry investment towards the middle for Sami. APC. Okay. That should be really good for Max. Ooh, okay. This is very good for Max. Sami is trying to put the pressure in the middle rather than up here. So all of these shoals, fairly choky areas, will make it hard for Sami to fight these tanks unless there's some really nice artillery placements. Once the Max copters join in, then I don't know how you possibly fight in this area happily. Okay. Really weird APC movement. I guess is just to stop this tank from hitting here or something. We have the copter covering the tank. Infantry are moving forward. The tank. The weird Max move. Yeah, you can just come in with the tank, hit here, then infantry finish it off. Okay. I don't have any. I mean, the APC could also be picking up mechs to bring into this kind of area, and that might be better. But we also don't have any artillery from Sami, which is what she really needs fighting against Max. When you have all of these infantry, very nicely blocked for you. Yeah, the center. I do agree with Sami leaving the center, because this is going to be like happy Max zone. I don't know how this infantry survived, but it did. Ooh, we got a mech boost. Okay, we're starting to move in over here. Just bring some artillery with this. We'll be pretty happy. That's out of range of the Max copter there. A little weird spot for the anti-air to go. Oh, there. I'd grab some transport copters and start mech spam. Nice smack by Max. Disrupting the tank health in this area. And Max is able to take over the center here and also get a surgical strike in here. Nice. Ooh. Sami's gonna effectively give up a copter to try and save. Ooh, okay. Interesting. So we're gonna overload this copter, so it can either kill this one or it can kill this one. It'll probably go after this one because this guy is covered by an anti-air. We'll see. The mech squad has arrived. More mechs coming out here. If there's enough mechs, then it does become kind of difficult for Max to get stuff done. Huge infantry movement coming down here. Max has the unit count advantage, which is something you really don't want to have happen to you as Sami. Max, okay, the mech is still covering each other. Pairing the tanks, I like it. Kind of giving up this city. Not great. You're looking at this, you're like, oh, artillery would look really nice here. You'd be right. That's what Sami should be using. These poor infantry. There's 3 infantry and they have to fight against 9 max infantry. That's a tall order. Yeah, just gonna let these properties go. Sad days for Sami. Still no indirects. Now the center is gonna fall. This tile will always mess you up because you're like, oh, it's a river and it's leading to a sea tile. You can't step from the harbor onto the city. Defend it. Here we've got lots of tanks by Max, who's with a super would just absolutely destroy this Sami competition right now. Okay, a little bit scary for Sami. I would 100% recommend hiding these anti-airs away so Max can't sacrifice any copters to get charge. Although at this point it's probably not too much of a concern. Could get the charge elsewhere if needed. Sami does not want to let that city go. Medium tank does show up. It's a pretty scary force. It's not super easy to take out even with copters. Although with a copter power, it might die. Next, start moving forward here. The slow juggernauts. Really far away from a victory march. But Sami is a CO that can kind of sacrifice her whole army to win from the super. So Max can't leave this HQ vulnerable. Okay, we do have the max force. Hits the medium tank, it lives at 2 and then dies. Kill off that mech. You can see how much charge this gives Sami. So as long as Max doesn't step off of this HQ, okay, or has like a durable wall. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, no, the infantry's out of range of it currently. So many max units over here. Okay, now step back onto it. Copter, step on the HQ and strike here. We're going to go for the victory march this turn. They can't take the HQ, so it might have been better to save it. We will get some nice mech strikes for sure. Pop. Back in here. After these tanks. Mexico after the medium tank, they do 6, trap it in there. It's a very intimidating force. Doesn't have a great way of dealing with anything that's placed on the HQ currently. There's no artillery with it. Unless there's a victory march, then there's a lot of like sacrificial plays that can happen. Okay. This HQ is barely holding on with its medium tank. There's a lot of just backlog infantry here. So if we look at Sami needs 86k for a super, has the unit value of 108k. So a lot of sacrifices can happen to get that super in like 2 turns. Probably wouldn't sacrifice in like this right now. That's more of something you would do on the turn that you can take the HQ, because it's like this damage will just get healed up. will be unhappy. Okay, we have the max blast. The super has been popped. Go after that tank. Okay. Kill the anti-air. Hit the medium tank. This medium tank on the HQ is still... Ooh. Okay, the base did get cleared. Be very careful here. I kind of like... kind of prefer killing this mech so the medium tank can go onto the HQ rather than just a tank here. This looks very killable for Sami. I think Sami just wins here. You have like medium tank strikes on copters down here. You have mechs that can hit here. They can... Yeah, this is going to be... Yeah, I wouldn't hit that attack. Smack. Smack. You go the super. Mech can hit from here. Mech can hit from here. The HQ dies. GG. Such is the way of the Sami. Max was not careful, yeah. Gotta get... Okay. Much like how Max couldn't deal with the medium tank on the HQ, Sami couldn't have dealt with a medium tank on the HQ. GG. Well played, Schmooven. I would highly recommend building artillery next time. There's so many infantry that just got choked over here. Couldn't move past. Oh my gosh, we have another Poland game. In a Hawke mirror on the same map on Sahara? Wow, okay. Well then. Away we go. There's also a recon opener on this map that Max definitely could have gone for. It kind of works for Hawke too. We'll see how this goes. Poland goes for that harbor really fast. And delays this airport capture, or Sliicer went for it. We go tank first from Poland. Sliicer also goes tank recon first, okay. Poland is unable to build a tank to do it currently, but it was too slow to interrupt this capture. We'll just get to hit this guy afterwards. If it wants to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kind of get trapped in. Let's see. Tank gets bought here. Tank in the middle. Tank chain from Sliicer. Faster airport isn't taking advantage of. Do go for this attack. Unfortunately, takes chip damage. It's a little more likely when you're fighting Hawke, of course. As Hawke. Just get that plus 10% firepower. See, the tank didn't decide to come over here. Okay, well now that makes this recon a little bit happier. I'm not a huge fan of going for the center, just because it's only 2 properties and it's really hard to... But from the center, you do have like the most options of which side you want to go into, so it's not so bad. Recons in the center are pretty nice. You do have the copters starting to be built. This tank's gonna have to get out of here. It's a little outnumbered at this point. Sliicer's gonna have a slight advantage. It's gonna have 1 turn where they'll be able to attack, and Poland won't have the comm tower on the counterattack of those attacks, but will on the turn. Center is a trap. It's harp. Okay. He's just gonna chill here. I don't like that. I'm not sure why it went here. Copter doesn't cover. The problem is that Hawke's going to have the comm tower, so this is a guaranteed kill with the 2 tank strikes, and this infantry can just clear this guy out of the way. And the recon comes in and smacks here. It looks really nasty. Pretty good attack over here, though. Well, Poland. Copter still doesn't cover, but kill off a tank. A nice present. Sliicer has a great attack down here. We're out of range. You don't even have to step off of the city. You could continue that capture, which I would recommend doing. Just take it. The tank didn't go in for the kill? What? Reaches, right? Yeah, the reach is there. The reach is here. One comes in, smacks this. Full health infantry here. It just completes the capture. You get like 1 tank strike against you. I think it's totally fine. Whatevs. Anti-air's in the way. Oh, there we go. We have the artillery joining in with this fight. Poland is insisting on kills that recon. Poor recon. Didn't even do anything. It was just chilling. Ooh, okay. Poland's much more aggressive with these captures, going for both of these captures. Let's go for this fight. Outside of the copter range. So somewhat a free pick-off. So like an expensive free pick-off. Pair that infantry up. Pretty decent attack for Sliicer. The anti-air is going to be a bit of a nightmare for this guy. Sure. Oh my gosh, Sliicer just let this city fall. Okay. I respect it, I guess. I mean, this is a lot of forces, and the artillery would take it in the end, for sure. Ooh, Copter went in for the attack anyway, no fear. Oh, there's no backup anti-air. That's the Copter chain will just... I like it. Well done by Poland there. The judgment call. Sliicer doesn't let this city just kind of... Okay. It's the artillery. This looks very painful. Sliicer went from really passive to diving in with the vehicles. Huh? Thanks. Okay. Ooh. The anti-air wasn't able to get the kill on the copter. So Sliicer also saw that, like, you kill the... This is that tempo thing, where it's like you would trade an anti-air for a copter, and then Poland replaces that copter next turn, and you would replace your anti-air in, like, 3 turns. So you would end up just, like, losing the entire area. There goes that tank. Copter strike is making sure it's going to be within anti-air range. Back over here. Yeah, all these copters. It pretty much just means Sliicer has to run away or bring in more anti-airs, but no anti-airs got bought. That's a fairly safe attack. Oh no, Sliicer. This is going to have to do a lot. Goes for the normal power. It allows for 1 infantry, or the superpower. It allows for 1 infantry kill there. Oh my gosh. Well, we're going to learn the lesson again. In the Hawke mirror, you only use your power if it gives you like a ton of kills, because otherwise you get absolutely stomped by using it first. Poland's going to use the power here. We're at 103 to 67. And with no attacks, just the power used. It's a more than a 40k shift. as Sliicer's now down to 80k and Poland's up to 83k, and then the attacks happen. All of the damage that Sliicer super did got healed off, and there's no way to heal off the damage that Poland's does. End of the turn, it's 50k to 97k, almost double. It's very painful. That's why I personally do not like fighting the Hawke mirror, because of just how impactful the super timings are. Okay. There's still no more anti-airs coming down here. It definitely needs more than one so that they can't be too scared of just being picked off by the tanks. But yeah, Poland's just gobbling up everything at the top here and blocking with really injured units. Sliicer has to back off. Anti-air did survive though, which is nice. We get some decent value. Okay, here comes another anti-air to help out with that fight. Copper gets taken off. Poland is gonna chase down these retreating units, clears a hole, kills the artillery that was healing on the city. We get the first Hawke's got the base plus 10% power and a comm tower, so these are guaranteed kills. The tanks on the cities. Starts capturing this too. And this is looking very GG, and Sliicer just resigns. Yeah. That was it was a pretty brutal fight. There was some attacks that Sliicer missed there. I think Poland saw all the attacks I saw. But you really don't want to be the Hawke using the power first. It is very painful. Okay, so I could either call the stream here, or we could watch, or we could do a really long one to end it. You know what? I'll give you guys a long one to end it, because it'll probably be a little while before the next replay stream, at least Monday. Well, maybe this isn't such a long one. I didn't realize this map is so compact. You don't think Melly is long? Yeah. I thought it would be long because there's so many players. Not keeping the order static here. We have dual stroke. We've got a... Oh, this is a 2-team game. Wait... What on earth is this team setup? So team A is right here as orange star, but then team B is right next to them. These two, and then yellow comet team A, then team B, and then team A. So there's... Okay, so there's 4A over here on the corners against B's in the middle. Is that the reverse over here then? You're A. You're B. No. A is just always on the edges, and B is always in the middles. And you're very right. Orange Star can start this game off, build an infantry, and then walk here, and then just take Blue Moon's HQ. But I guess a similar thing can happen. Oh, Team A can do that over here as well. I mean, this seems mighty sketchy to me. But let's see how it goes. Yeah, I mean, the first turn buys make a lot of sense to me. Whoa, 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 what happened there? Sliicer's saving money for a recon because they go first on this side? Is that what's happening? But they could have built an infantry and then just walked down here and taken an HQ. Oh, yeah, never mind. Dual Stroke just charges out into the middle, then builds a mech. Stealer goes in for the attack on kill. Oh my, eliminated by route. Oh my god. You know, it sucks to suck. That's all I can say there. Look at how unlucky you have to be here. You're on a base, there's no comm towers. And both, if it would make more sense, I guess, if Green Earth was Lash. If Green Earth was Lash, I think this could just be guaranteed kill this base. But they did it as Flak, so they went for the luck rolls. So get wrecked. I guess it was fun playing. Built an infantry and then immediately lost. Attacks that mech. Okay, but to even it up, Keyrub just leaves. Doesn't build a recon? I thought that was for sure the play. Built a mech instead. Looks like we're gonna go for the... Oh, in this case, it is 2 lashes. So they just kill this base. Yeah. Wow. It sucks to be that player. There's literally nothing you can do. You just die. Because if you don't, because these guys go before you. So if you don't build anything, so that you won't die by route, they just step onto your base and take it. The only thing you can build is an infantry, and it just dies before you even get another turn. I think it's guaranteed for Lash, because it's 30% and a 10%. White Nova's like, I am done with this game. Bye. I think White Nova was actually super dead, right? Yeah. Because all White Nova can do is step onto this mountain and then build an infantry. Oh no, I think you survive because this guy doesn't get out of the way. But it's not happy. Infantry comes back, clears the base. Fortunately for Blue Moon, this infantry is still alive. It gets built. Moved over there where it's nice and safe. Green Earth. Building there. Ooh, okay, that player is now eliminated. Another infantry built. Well, luckily, Dual Stroke can save this player's base from getting cleared. Brown Earth, or Brown Desert, does get this base. For some reason, moves this infantry up only 2 tiles instead of... Oh, Brown Earth is allied over here. Never mind. It was still only 2 tiles. I guess stay in mech range. Oh, okay. So I thought there might be some sort of agreement that you can't just go take the HQs, but apparently you can. So there's absolutely no way for Purple Lightning to survive. No, Purple Lightning is on the same team. Okay, so it's going to be a little while before this guy can actually capture something. Why is Purple Lightning... I guess A is in the center over here? Not just always on the edges? Okay. Back. A couple of ice HQs right there. Oh, Purple Lightning leaves the game. Earth captures. Dual Stroke interrupts this base, then starts walking towards HQs as well, because it's fair. Mech attack. Bloom's looking kind of close to being able to be routed. Green Earth. Okay, Green Earth does build the recon. So it is possible. Infantry. It looks like... I feel like... Oh, never mind. I was going to say, I think it's kind of impossible for Team A to lose because they can take the HQs, but never mind. They're not going for the HQs. Mech by... Flash with double base seems pretty nice. Yeah. Rest in peace, Flareon Foxy, as your HQ gets taken. Artillery buy? Whoa. I have a feeling Blue Moon's going to be the next one to fall. Oh, Flareon Foxy moves forward, but there's nothing that can be done. Okay, but if these guys can overwhelm and make it over here, they can take out some HQs too. Another artillery. Penguins be trying to save their HQ. Oh. Player just leaves. Stalker's like, oh, free base. Thank you very much. Infantry. Dual Stroke just takes out this player. By limited by capture, which means they get both of these bases. They build infantry there immediately. Hit the mech. Should probably do something about these brown desert infantry and the like making their way into this area. Actually, I guess moving here would be the way to go. Well, I guess you couldn't reach. Well, that means this mech, mission accomplished, is going to be able to hit this infantry and stop it from taking Green Earth's HQ. Congratulations. You are alive. Green Earth Recon comes in here. Brown Desert also saves the HQ. Wow, look at the respect. Goes for the cities rather than the HQs. Back next to the artillery. Artillery just shoots. He's joined this adventure. The most powerful player at the top just resigns the game. Okay. Dual Stroke. Gonna be fighting for their life soon. As I don't like that move. I think you have to hit the mech, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, mech hits infantry. The other infantry can hit you too. Yeah. Things are looking really bad for Dual Stroke at the top. Brown Desert has managed to walk all the way across the map. The mech didn't hit the artillery? Okay. Well, Ice is getting those captures as well. Stroke does get to attack up there, but his base has now been overwhelmed. I feel like Steeler should definitely have just stepped on the base there and started capturing it. Okay. Oh, giving it to our green friend instead. Smack up there. Brown Desert going with lots of captures. This is looking like it's super GG. May didn't quite take advantage of HQs they could take. And Steeler moves forward. Team B cleaning up shop. Mina has lost all control over the HQ area. Well, okay, Sleek can still technically go for HQ cap, but that's going to be stopped there. Base gets taken out. There is a tank that got built. Everything's being overwhelmed. Team A is about to lose the game. There's only 3 units left for Team A. Yeah. They're down at the HQs. But they have no more production. They're fighting to the very end. There's just stuff walking around in the middle, and then Team A is wiped out. Lots of people defeated. What a few victories. GG. I think the map could use some balancing, but it was definitely very chaotic. The next melly map will be long though and quite toxic. Gotcha. The other side player could save you. I guess that's true. This player could like hit the infantry. Well, because there's people that lost. They got wiped out or resigned. So GG. Hope you enjoyed the stream. A nice chaotic game to end it on. A very small map for 8 versus 8. I hope. Oh, here's an apple for the end of the stream. Hope you enjoy. It's good for your health. There's of course a Patreon that you can join. You can also become a member on the YouTube to get emojis that have been requested for in the Discord. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
It's Go7, king of the penguins. Of all the penguins, he is king. It's Go7, king of the penguins. Being king of the penguins, that's his thing.